everyone, my name is Qibtiyah, and today I would like to present my topic entitled The Characteristic of Living Things. In this presentation, I will explain the meaning of living things, the 7 characteristics of living things, and reflection about this topic. What are living things? Living things are organisms that have life and are able to perform various life processes. They are made up of one or more cells, need energy to survive, grow and develop, reproduce, respond to stimuli, excrete waste, and obtain nutrition. Living things include humans, animals, plants, fungi, and microorganisms. These characteristics distinguish living things from non-living things. For example, a rock can move if someone pushes, but it cannot grow, breathe, or reproduce. Therefore, movement alone does not make something a living thing. Now, I will explain each characteristic one by one. First, movement. The first characteristic is movement. Movement is the ability of living things to move their bodies or body parts. Animals and humans can move from one place to another to find food, escape from danger, or look for shelter. Plants also move, but they usually do not move from one place to another. Instead, they move certain parts of their bodies in response to environmental stimuli. For example, a sunflower turns toward the sunlight, and the leaves on the sensitive plant close when touched. Movement helps living things survive and adapt to their environment. 2. Respiration. The second characteristic is respiration. Respiration is the process of taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide to produce energy. Every living thing needs energy to grow, move, reproduce, and perform daily activities. Humans breathe using their lungs, fish breathe through gills, insects ostrich, and plants exchange gas through stomata and lenticels. Without respiration, living things cannot produce the energy needed to stay alive. 3. Sensitivity. The third characteristic is sensitivity. Sensitivity is the ability of living things to detect and respond to change in their environment. Living things can respond to light, sound, temperature, touch, smell, and many other stimuli. For example, humans quickly pull their hands away from hot objects. The sensitive plant closes its leaves when touched, and sunflowers grow toward sunlight. Sensitivity helps living things protect themselves, find food, and adapt to environmental change. 4. Growth and development. The fourth characteristic is growth and development. Growth means an increase in size, weight, height, or the number of cells. Development refers to change that make an organism more mature and able to perform its life functions. For example, a baby grows into a child, then becomes a teenager, and finally an adult. A seed grows into a mature plant that can produce flowers and fruits. Growth and development are influenced by nutrition, genetics, hormones, and environmental factors. 5. Reproduction. The fifth characteristic is reproduction. Reproduction is the process by which living things produce offspring to continue their species. There are two types of reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Humans and most animals reproduce sexually. Some plants reproduce sexually through seeds, while others reproduce asexually through systems, bulbs, runners, or cuttings. Without reproduction, a species would eventually become extinct. 6. Expression. The sixth characteristic is expression. Expression is the process of removing waste products from the body. These waste products are products during metabolism and must be removed to keep the body healthy. In humans, the kidneys produce urine, the lungs remove carbon dioxide and water vapor. The skin produces sweat, and the liver helps remove harmful substances. Exertion helps maintain the body's internal balance and prevents harmful waste from accumulating. The last, nutrition. The last characteristic is nutrition. Nutrition is the process of obtaining and using food to provide energy, support growth, repair damaged tissues, and maintain body functions. Plants produce their own food through photosynthesis using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Humans and animals obtain nutrients by eating plants, animals, or both. A balanced diet containing carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water is essential for good health. Reflection. From this topic, I learned that every living thing has special characteristics that help it survive and adapt to its environment. Although humans, animals, plants, fungi, and microorganisms are very different, they all share the same basic characteristic of life. Learning this topic has helped me understand biology better and made me realize the importance of protecting living things and the environment. I believe that understanding the characteristic of living things is the first step toward appreciating nature and preserve biodiversity for future generations. In conclusion, living things are organisms that have life and perform various life processes. They have 7 main characteristics: movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth and development, reproduction, expression, and nutrition. These characteristics distinguish living things from non-living things and helps them survive and adapt to their environment. By learning about the characteristics of living things, we can better understand the importance of every organism and appreciate the diversity of life around us. I hope this presentation has given you a better understanding of this topic. That is all for my presentation, and thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you very much. Bye bye.